this is Gladys with Cassidy Creations. Today I want to show you how I made this flower using my husband's old shirts. Okay, these are the regular white shirts with collar and long sleeves, like this one. So my husband decided that he doesn't like them anymore, or they don't fit as good as they should, so he gives them to me to use them as whatever I want. Okay, so I decided to make flowers with them, so I cut pieces out of the shirt and I'm going to die cut them with my Cuttlebug, and I use 2B plates. So I put the one that I'm not supposed to cut on in the bottom, and then I put the die, which the C6 ones have to go, or the thick ones have to go, the die has to go up for some reason. And I put a piece of cardboard, and then the fabric, or if it's a thin material, I like to use a cardboard piece so the material or the thin paper doesn't go through through the die. And then I'm going to use the one that I can cut with on top. So let me turn it to me, because that's easier for me to cut on. Okay, so I'm just gonna crank the die through. Okay, and I'm pretty sure it cuts, so I'm just gonna do it once. Okay, and I'm having a little slide down. Sorry about this mishap. Okay, so let me put this back, and I'm sorry about that. That was not planned to happen. So I don't have somewhere else to put them, so I have to put them back. Okay, so sorry about that. So I'm gonna remove the die cuts. As you can tell, the material must have cut all the way through, because I can see that there's those pieces weren't cut through. So I'm gonna put this Cuttlebug away, and I'm going to check on my fabric. Okay. Not actually, some of the pieces did not go away from the material pieces, so I like to shake them, and then I'll just get my scissors and trim the parts that did not cut all the way through. Which is okay, it does not bother me. So, okay, I cut that one up, and then this one. And as you may have seen, I cut 2 pieces of material, because the flower that I did is has 2 layers of each flower, or of each petal layers. So, and I'm sorry that this did not cut all the way through, but they still kept its shape, as you can tell. I hope you can tell though. Okay, I don't like to pull at them because they might lose a little bit of their shape, so I just cut wherever they did not get cut with the die, but pretty much its shape was kept. Okay, and sorry about the delay. Okay, as you know, I just don't have the time to edit my videos, so you have to see me doing them as I go, and I hope it's not boring. Oh, and I've been forgetting to give you an update on my health. as I said before, I don't have any condition or anything except for the times that I would lose my breath. Well, I'm not losing it anymore because I stopped drinking coffee every day. I sometimes do drink coffee, but not as much as I used to. Daily. I used to do it daily, so I stopped doing it daily, like every morning, and now I don't have those anxiety attacks anymore, which is great because those did not feel good at all. I felt like it was going to pass there, and it usually happened when I was driving, maybe because I wanted to get places, or the kids were screaming in the car or fighting. You know how it goes with the little ones. They want certain things and they want it now, so that got me a little over frustrated. So once again I said, okay, I know coffee is not so good, especially if it's too strong, because and it seems like I drank it very strong, so I stopped doing that, and now I feel much better. Yes, still, one other thing, I have not put an update on my health is because I couldn't do sleeping for 7 hours or more, so I decided to stop on that. So let me go back to the flowers because I have all of them taken out of the what do you call it, of the die. So what I'm going to do is stamp my favorite stamp, the script stamp, with StazOn. Okay. So I'm going to stamp every layer of the leaves, and this is how I like to put the ink on the stamps. Many of you know how to put the ink, but I've learned through the time. And I'm just gonna stamp. You might not be able to see how I stamp it because of the position of the camera. Well, hopefully there you can tell, you can see. Okay. So I'm just gonna stamp the flower, and it doesn't have to come perfect, as you can tell, because since you're gonna layer it, you don't have to have it perfectly in there. So I'm gonna put a little bit more of ink, and then I'm gonna stamp all the layers of the fabric. And I might want to do this off you seeing it because I don't want this video to be too long. So let me go ahead and do it as fast as I can. Each layer of the flowers. Okay, so we can go on to the next step, and you can see all the what do you call it, all the process. Okay, and I'm even getting ink on my hands because of the little pieces. So I'm going through my last layer, and yeah, I think I'm done. Pretty much done. Okay, so I want to rub my stamp with some baby wipes so the ink doesn't stick to it. Although I have some on it, some ink already on my stamp, but I like to rub it as much as I can to remove the excess of the ink. Although, as you can tell, it already has it imprinted, or the StazOn really stayed on the stamp. Okay, and I also like to clean my what do you call it? The mat. It's in Holz mat. If it doesn't go away, it's okay because I can use the blending, the alcohol blend, what is it called? this thing, oh no, not the glossy accents, I'm sorry. You can take the alcohol blending solution to remove whatever ink was left. So I'm going to get my handy box where I put my mists on. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all the leaves inside, or all the petals inside, and I'm gonna use my homemade mist. And as you can tell, I label them because I have the formula of what I put in each one. So if I like the color, I can make more without guessing. And I always keep a bottle with water because not all of the sprayers work. So I can always have one ready. And I just got rid of the water, the excess water, before I put it inside my bottle, the one that I'm going to use. And I'm going to just go ahead and spray all the petals. And I like this color because this the color that came out with my formula, it's like a vintage color, like what do you call it? It's like coffee dye or tea dye, which I really love. So I sprayed all of them, as you can tell. And I'm going to use my heating tool. I don't know why this happened, but it still works. So I'm going to go ahead and dry the leaves, or the petals, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry again, this will take a little while for them to be done. So, and I'm sorry about the noise too. I hope it's not too noisy for you. And actually this mist that I've made, my homemade mist, has a little bit of, well, not a little bit, it has some shimmer. You might not be able to tell, but it does have shimmer on it. And I really love it. And since I've put StazOn ink on the flowers, you can tell it did not smear at all. So that's what we do. Okay, this might not be completely dry, but I don't want to take all of your time away. And I just wanted to mention to you that on the original flower that I've made, I actually burned the sides, and it looks like I did some distress ink on them, but no, I actually burned them. So right now I tried just to make it without burning them, and I think they come out as good as if I had distressed them, because actually the borders, I can see actually that the borders of the petals are turning darker, probably because of the ink. It's trying to escape the material, so it leaves the edges a dark color, and probably actually also from the tool, which is really hot. Okay, so they're pretty much dried. So I'm just gonna turn this off, and all I'm going to do is layer them. Okay, all out of here, and I use packaging paper to put on the actual box. So I'm just gonna layer. I don't know if you can see the shimmer. Let me see. Can you tell the shimmer on the petals? Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to layer them one on top of each other, and a slight what do you call it? Slightly, so you can show the one in the back. Okay, this one dried more because it's a little a little misshaped. The other one that I'm going to put on top of it. Okay, so I'm using all the petals that came out of the die, and you can tell how this will look. It'll look completely different than what we're used to, and that's okay with me. So, okay, these are all the layers together, and I'm just gonna put, I'm gonna make a little hole in the middle, and I'm going to use the tool that I got from Daiso. This tool, one of the pellets does not want to stay here. And what I use to poke my holes is actually one more recycled item. And sorry, I have to move it. Okay, this one, where the brads come in. See all the little holes? So I just put it on the bottom of the flower. And I'm just gonna poke a hole right in the middle. Right there. And it's okay that it goes all the way through the foam, because once again this is a recycled material, so it's fine with me as long as I don't poke myself. Okay, so I think it's good. I'm going to put one of the brads, like the one I used with the flower. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it through the hole that I've made, and I hope I can find it because it's so many layers that it might not be too easy to. Okay. And I'm sorry, I hope that it could have been a little bit smaller of a video, but it couldn't. Okay, it didn't go all the way through, but I just wanted to show you the final flower and how all the layers were cut. And if I want, I can dry it a little bit more, because actually I can tell that some of the leaves are still wet, and it might even give me another shape if I dry them a little bit more. And yes, since it did not go all the way through, the brad did not go all the way through, I'm having some of the petals moving. So I guess I'm just gonna hold it as much as I can, so I don't get burned. And try to dry it on the bottom, from the bottom, I'm sorry, so they can get a little bit lift. Yes. Okay. I know you can tell on the video. See how it's lifting it? Okay, so I guess that's it, and I hope you like this tutorial, although it was not as perfect as I wanted to, but okay, this is the one that I did not burn on the sides, and this is the one that I did. If you want to burn all the sides, you might want to be careful and have a bowl of water besides you, because this is cotton, so it burns. So for you to not burn yourself, if the fabric burns, you just put it inside the bowl, and it'll extinct the fire. So, well, I hope you like them, and I hope you try them as well, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.